So it hasn't loaded for me yet.
Hi everyone, welcome to Northern Zen Yoga. My name is Sandra and welcome to our second live class. I'm going to be waiting a few minutes as people sign in so we get a few more people coming in. It's just 1:30 now, so we'll give them about 5 minutes to see if we can get a few more people signing in so that nobody misses any part of this yoga practice today. While you're waiting, if you're waiting, you may want to go, if you have already got it, and get a block and perhaps a cushion that you might want to sit on, or a blanket that you can fold up and put underneath you to make you comfortable. So just hang in there. And I'll see you in a few more moments. I'm sorry, we're having technical difficulties, so I'm just going to have a quick little chat with my tech, and I'll be right back to you.
It's fuzzy. Is it fuzzy there?
Mm-mm. No, it's not. I think that's your eyes.
That's not very nice.
We're just, if the video feed is coming through a little bit fuzzy, my daughter says it's fuzzy. I think it's because of the distance involved between where I'm sitting and where the camera is. But other than that, I'm looking at two other sources and I'm not seeing it being too bad. The sharpness isn't the best, but it's one of those dull days today. So you could see the big movements that I'm going to make. You don't have to see how beautiful I am. So you'll be fine. Sorry about that. If you have any questions in the meantime, just feel free to send them in. And I'm going to check my computer here to see if anybody's asking any questions. Hi, Rita. Hi, Rebecca. And I also see that Dottie has checked in. It is a little fuzzy. I wonder if that is YouTube's feed coming through, or if I need to perhaps move the camera just a little bit closer. I don't want, the reason why I've got it where it is right now is that I don't want you to not be able to see me when I stand, and I'm a shorty, so, you know, I don't have to have that the camera that far away, but as long as you can see me, my movements, and I'm not too distorted. So if anybody out there is watching, just let me know if you can see me basically moving around and it's not so bad that you can't get a good visual. Dottie from Raleigh. Oh, I've been to Raleigh. That's a nice place. I like it there.
Do you see the feed on your phone?
She's wondering if it's the light coming in. That's a good idea. So maybe I'm just going to go over there and I'm just going to turn the light a little more. We want to have enough light that we're not in the dark here and you can't see me because of that. So I'm just going to step up here, turn the shade a little bit. Is that helping?
I
don't know if that made a difference or not. I don't think it's that much different. And Rita says it's okay for her. So I think what we need to do is we just need to accept the fact that this is not going to be a really sharp video feed today. It could be the technical difficulty is on YouTube's part. At this point, I am totally dependent on YouTube to feed the video through at the optimum quality. Hopefully I didn't forget to do something really important at the beginning, like set how much resolution or something like that is. I am not technically oriented.
Oh, it got better and then it got worse.
It got better and worse?
Yeah.
Then that's really YouTube. That's YouTube's feed coming through today. So I apologize for anything that's happening on that end. Hopefully when the video is rendered afterwards and cleaned up, that it will be a lot sharper if you want to rewatch it again in the future sometime. So the amazing thing that I find about doing a video like this, a live feed video, is that we have somebody in Canada, we have somebody in the United States, and we have people in Europe watching us, and we're all watching this at the same time together, and we're doing yoga together. It's fantastic the way that modern technology has brought the world into closer proximity to each other just by doing something like this, having a yoga class together. If you have any questions at any time, I won't be able to answer all the questions during the actual yoga class. Please just send them in anyway, or send them to me afterwards in the comment section, or you can message me on my Facebook page, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have to the best of my ability. Now, the other thing I want to remind everybody about is that starting in January, on January the 12th, I have been requested by a group. Actually, it was the group of ladies that I was instructing before COVID problems came along and we all had to stay home. They asked me if I could have a regular weekly class through the YouTube on the live video feed. And that will be starting on Tuesday, January the 12th. And that will begin at 10 a.m., but Eastern Standard Time, always, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this class is designed to be approximately 1 hour long. So if you'd like to join us, you're more than welcome to do that. And I hope that you do, if it's convenient for you to do that. And then we'll be able to have a big class together through the miracle of modern technology. I think we're pretty much ready to start now. I think it's about time we should get started. So let's get comfortable. Let's get seated. I'm going to sit up onto my cushion here. Hopefully everybody can also hear me fine. Can anybody tell me if the volume is okay for them? Oh, I've got people here from Minnesota, from Illinois, Valerie from Illinois, and Pam from Minnesota. It's so great to see that you're connecting with us today. Volume's good, that's all I need to know. Good. So let's sit up on, if you have that small cushion handy, let's sit up on that. And remember, in my yoga classes, we're not doing headstands and handstands. We're just getting the body moving. So if you're sitting in this position on your mat and you cannot let your knees drop down too far, feel free to grab blocks or blankets and shove them in here to help your comfort level. The other thing too is, if you can't even get down onto the mat, please do this video from a chair. Most of it will be able to be done by sitting in a chair. We are going to do some standing, and you can still do the postures with a little modification, or standing beside your chair and using it for support and balance. So let's begin by closing our eyes and just breathing. Taking deep breaths, breathing into the belly. And on the exhale, breathing through our nose, exhaling out. Let's inhale and exhale. Let your shoulders relax down. And when you exhale, push your belly in and slightly up, pushing all the air out. And when you inhale, let your belly relax and let it expand like a balloon, right down to the bottom of your lungs. Exhale and inhale. Do it at your own speed. Don't rush. Take your time. And as you sit here, you need to promise yourself something very important, and that is that you will not hurt yourself today, that you will not force yourself to do anything that you are not ready for, and that you will not cause your body any kind of pain. Little achy stretch is good. It's what tells us the muscles are doing what we want them to do, but pain is a warning, so remember that. If you start to feel pain doing any of these particular practice that we're doing today, you have to stop immediately and either try to modify it till it is not painful, or just don't do that one today. Let's open our eyes. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale. And let's begin by starting to move the wrists. We're just going to move the wrists, rotating them. Doesn't matter which direction you start. We're just going to rotate them around in a circle. And don't go too fast. I don't want any whirly-whirlies going on here. I want you to take your time, and I want you to feel the entire rotation of your wrist that you are able to do today. One more time, all the way around. And then we'll stop and let's go in the opposite direction. Going in the opposite direction. We're moving the joint so we can get the fluids coming to the joint and circulation coming to the joint. And by doing this, we're helping to get that joint lubricated up so that it doesn't hurt us so much when we are moving them. Now, I know a lot of you may be experiencing from your jobs carpal tunnel, and I know that there's surgeries you can have for that, but in the meantime, you should just be trying to move this joint, even if it's a little sore to do that, as long as we're not experiencing any sharp pain, and we'll rest. And then we're going to move up to the elbows. So we're going to just try to go into circles with the elbows, rotating. Nice big circles. Take your time. Just getting those elbows greased up. One more time all the way around, nice and slow, and then we're going to switch and go the other way. I always find going the opposite way to where I'm comfortable feels a little weird, a little less comfy, outside my comfort zone. And then we're going to move up to the shoulders. So we're just going to rotate the shoulders up, inhale up, and as you exhale, drop them down. We're trying to bring them up toward the ears and drop them down the back, pulling our shoulder blades together at the same time. Inhale up and exhale them back. Inhale up, exhale back. Couple more rounds. Inhaling up and exhaling. Inhale up, exhale, and release. Let's go the other way now. Inhale up and coming inward this time. And crossing the arms if you can. And you're going to hear some creaking and cracking and popping. That's okay. We're just getting all those dry joints, getting fluid in there, getting them moving a little easier. And relax. And now we're going to work down to the torso. So we're going to go into circles. And we're going to inhale forward and exhale coming back. Watch you don't fall over. Inhale coming forward and exhale coming back. And each time you go around, see if you can get just a little deeper, a little further back. Watch your breath. Make sure you're breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. And don't be afraid to exhale through the mouth periodically. Feels good. Helps you to relieve your stress, which is why we're here today. Doing yoga is a great stress reliever. And right now, things are pretty tense in the world, so we need a little bit of de-stressing. And we're going to come back upright, and we're going to switch direction now, going the other way. Inhale and exhale. Couple more rounds going this direction. One more time. And as we come up, we'll come back up to upright. Just relax for a few moments. If you feel a little dizzy, remember you can stop here and just breathe a few breaths, trying to get your equilibrium back. A lot of times the ears will affect how you feel. It'll make you dizzy or lose your balance. We're going to work from the neck now, and we're going to bring the chin down. We're going to inhale and exhale. The chin down, coming over to this side. And as we roll the head back, we're going to take a deep inhale. And as we exhale and we come down, dropping the chin to the chest, let all that air out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. See if you can let that breath last the whole movement. So inhale, coming right across as you rotate back. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And when you exhale, take the whole time coming down. We're going to start from this position and we're going to go in the opposite direction now. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Don't go too quickly, take your time. You might feel a lot of cracking and popping in your neck, that's okay. And remember, only to go as far as your head can move today. I'm going to go once more all the way around. Bringing our chin to chest and then gently opening your eyes, lifting your head back up to level. We're going to inhale the arms up, nice big stretch. We're going to exhale them as they come down. Watch your shoulders. We're not crunching the shoulders up here. We're just lifting the arms up. And if you're lifting up and you get to here and you have to start doing this to get higher, stay here. Just find where you need to go before you start to lift up to crunch up. So exhaling down and just follow with your own breath, inhaling up, exhale them down. And reach, really reach out as you come down. Stretch, 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 stretch. Inhale, come up. Exhale as you come down. This time we're going to inhale up, and on the exhale, we're going to take a side bend. Side bending over, we're going to plant our hand down, and with this hand, we're going to reach over our ear, past our head. And again, if you can only lift your hand up to here, put your fingers on your shoulder and just work on lifting your elbow up toward the sky. For those that can reach over their head, we're going to take a nice stretch. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath. And then we're going to inhale back up. Exhale to the other side. Keep both of your cheeks planted. Don't let one side lift up as you reach over. Inhale, back up again. Let's do that once more on each side. Inhale up and exhale to the other side. Inhale up. This time on the exhale, we're going to twist. So we're going to twist and keep our belly forward. You can reach behind you for the other hip if you like. This hand will go just past your thigh. And remember, belly forward, belly button should be pointing this way because we're turning only across here. We're not turning at the waistline. And if your head can allow you to, you can follow and look over your shoulder toward the back. Take a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, see if you can take that twist just a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, see if you can push that shoulder back just a little further. Come back to center, nice and slow. Inhale the arms up again. Exhale, the other side. You notice I'm not telling you right and left. That's because I have no idea how this is looking to you. If I said right and you were going to the left, that's okay, as long as you're doing both sides. Inhale, lengthen up through the rib cage. Exhale, push that shoulder back, but keep your belly forward. My belly button is here. I'm turning at the shoulders. And chin can go toward the direction of that shoulder if it's available to you. And one more breath here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it just a little deeper. Come back to center. Let's inhale the arms up one more time. Nice big stretch up as high as you can. Exhale. We're going to bring the hands behind us. We're going to press our fingertips into the pillow or the mat or your chair. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other, as close as you can get them today. We're going to lengthen up through the spine. Inhale on the lengthen. And on your exhale, you're going to just allow your head to tip back, your chin to come up and push into the floor, mat, cushion, or chair. Push, push, push. Release slowly. Inhale up again. Exhale. We're going to take a forward fold this time. Bringing our belly forward. And it doesn't matter if you're not sitting like me, if you're sitting like this or like this, just come forward as far as you can, bringing your belly toward the floor. And if you need to have your hands in front of you to help support you so you don't lose your balance here or fall, do that. If you're sitting in a chair, put your hands on your thighs, legs, knees wide apart, and let your belly come down toward the chair. So just breathe here, take a couple breaths, and slowly, slowly come back up again. One more time. Let's inhale, stretch up, exhale, hands behind us, shoulder blades coming toward each other, pressing into the floor, stretch up through the ribs. Inhale, exhale the head back, and press down. Release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Remember, it's about our belly, not about our head. So don't focus on getting your head to the floor. Focus instead on getting your belly down to the floor. Or getting your belly to touch your ankles. Slowly come back up again. I'm going to move my cushion out of the way. We're going to come onto all fours. If you can't go onto the mat and you're in a chair, you can do this by just standing in front of your chair with your hands firmly planted down on the seat of the chair. So I'm just going to get this out the way. And we're going to do some cat-cows. So in cat-cow, we always have our knees apart, about a fist width apart. So put your fist down there, make sure you can put that between your knees. We're going to have our hands planted down onto the floor. And I'm going to drop my belly down to make a bow in my back. My tush is coming up into the air. My head is coming up. I'm going to look up as much as I can. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to round my back. I'm going to arch it up. Tuck my tummy in. Really pull that tummy up. And exhale all the air out. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, arch your back. Inhale up. Exhale, arch the back. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Push all that air out. Toes are touching now. We're going to separate our knees nice and wide, coming into the wide leg child pose. So we're going to walk our hands out. And again, it's about the belly coming down to the floor, not our head. This is where your block is going to be helpful for you. So if you can't come down very far before your bottom starts to come up, you're going to use the block and you're just going to relax your head down on the block. You can actually add hands here if you like. You can add anything you need, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. The important thing is we want to get this bend right here. Now, some of you may have really bad knees and you can't do this. So if you like instead, you could come up like this and you can start to come in like this to your body. Or you can use the chair here and just bend yourself over, trying to bring your chest toward your thighs. So we're in the wide leg child pose. We're going to Try to keep our bottom down onto our heels. We're going to stretch our hands out, take a little break. Take a few deep breaths here. If you'd like to do a little shoulder stretch, you can come up onto your fingertips and bring your head down between your arms. And then we're walking the hands back to the body. Bring the body upright again. Bring your knees toward each other. And we're going to stay in this position. And we're going to do a few cat stretches. So we're going to stretch your one leg out and the opposite arm is stretching out. So nice big stretch. Reach, reach, reach. Push your heel away. Tighten your belly up. Look just ahead of your mat. And release. Another big stretch. Opposite sides now. Opposite leg, opposite hand. And release. Let's go the other side. Nice big stretch. Come back down. One more. Opposite leg, opposite hand. Stretch it out. And release. We're going to come into the downward facing dog in order to come to the standing position. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to get onto your knees, place your hands ahead of you. You can turn your palms and your fingers slightly toward each other. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. You can stay on your tippy toes if you like, or you can start to try to bring your heels to the floor. Coming into the downward facing dog. Now, if this is totally impossible for you, you can come into down puppy. This is down puppy. Same thing. From down dog, we're going to start to walk our feet toward our hands and our hands toward our feet. Coming into the forward fold. Knees are slightly bent. They're nice and soft. Relax down. You can also have your block here to help you if you need to. Add a little support. Take a few breaths here. And just let yourself go. Let yourself relax. Let yourself stretch. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Release yourself. You can relax your knees as much as you need to get that stretch happening. The stretch here is for your back and a little bit for the hamstrings here. Breathe. Couple more breaths. And we're going to come up nice and strong here. Nice strong back. We're not going to roll up our back. If you like, you can throw your arms out. Keep your back nice and flat. Push into your feet. Bend your knees. Come up. Nice and strong into standing pose, mountain pose. Now hopefully you can see me. My head hasn't got cut off. Mountain pose, nice and strong. So in mountain pose, we're not just standing here. We actually start to engage the muscles all the way down the body. So tightening up the muscles in the legs, in the buttocks, in your belly. Pull your shoulder blades back toward each other. Open up the chest. Palms are facing forward. Take a deep breath here. And smile. For goodness sake, smile. Feel how beautiful you feel. Feel your body now. Probably feel some tingling. Maybe you feel a little warm as you've got the circulation moving. Just close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths into the belly. Exhale through the nose. Breathe. Bring our palms together in Namaste. We're going to do tree pose. So the balancing posture I'm going to show you is very easy. And if you're anywhere near a chair or a wall and you have balancing issues, you're going to use this for support to help you get into the pose. So we're going to have our palms together to begin. We're going to start with one foot, and you can bring that heel toward your shin bone, rest it there, and see if you can feel balanced there. Now, I'm on a mat, on a carpet, with padding underneath. So I'm not feeling a whole lot stable, but I'm going to try to do my best to not fall over and embarrass myself. And if you're doing the same, if you're on a carpet and a mat, you probably are going to be a little wobbly. So make sure you have something nearby that you can at least touch to help stabilize you. If you feel comfortable here, if you don't feel like you're going to fall over here, then you can bring your foot up beside your calf and take it off the floor. And find your balance. Find a spot higher than you are to stare at. This also will help you with your balance. We're going to start to push the knee out to the side. This is the real key of this balance pose. It's not how high can I get my leg? Can I get my leg way up here and do this kind of thing? It's about opening up the hip and finding balance. So work on that for a few moments. Just find your space. See if you can hang on with one foot. Strengthen up just like in the standing pose. Tighten everything up. Get your muscles working with you. And we're going to relax, shake everything out. Then we're going to switch to the other side. So one side, of course, is always better than the other. So we're going to try our best on this side. Find balance. If you found that this works really well, you're not falling over, you could try to go above your knee, but don't put your heel into your knee joint. That's not very healthy for your knee. So you're either below it or above it, but never on your knee. So once you're here, of course, in any of these balance positions, you can begin to raise your hands up and stretch up and try to find a new balance place. And once you've done that, you can release it, shake it out. And we're going to also from here go into our standing poses. The first one we're going to go into is Warrior One. So I'm going to show you Warrior One coming toward you. I want you to look at my feet. So my first foot is going to come forward, and I'm going to have a bent knee here. So this is a lunging position, and you'll notice if you look at my feet, they are not one behind the other. They each have their own place. My hips are quite level. My hips are forward toward you and not twisted over to the side. You'll see a lot of yoga videos where they show it or they teach it where you have to have the heels in line. This is something you do when you're very flexible here. When you're not, you stay here. As a matter of fact, I don't recommend, no matter how flexible you are, that you go with the heel in line with each other, simply because it adds a twist to the lower vertebrae that we don't need to have happen there. That was not designed to do that, so why force it to do something it shouldn't be doing? Once you're here, you can stay in this position with hands like this. Your back heel is on the floor. And if you like, then you can raise up your hands toward the ceiling. Watch you're not scrunching the shoulders. You're just raising the arms up, reaching for the sky. Look up and away from you. And don't forget the smiling. Smiling is important. And I'm going to turn now and I'm going to show you this sideways. So one foot forward, knee is bent. The other foot is stretched back. The heel is planted. This is not a lunge. This is a lunge where I have my heel off the floor. And this is Warrior One where I have my heel planted. You can position your foot in the back anywhere that feels comfortable for your ankle. Make sure you're not extending your ankle in a weird way that's hurting it. Knee is bent. Again, you could be here, or if you like, you can be up here. Breathe when you're here. And release. Let's do the other side. Opposite side now. Other leg forward. Hips are in line. Your hips are forward. Nobody's drifting off to the side here. Inhale. Raise the arms if you like, or you can be in prayer position. Take another deep breath. Exhale and step forward into the standing pose, mountain pose. We're going to go into warrior two now. So this time, same thing applies, except for one change. Now we do line up the heels. So I'll show you facing forward. My heel is going to be, my feet are going to be in line with each other. Got mat creep. So I'm trying to get my heels in line, make sure that they are more or less in line with each other. Your back foot has to be on a slight angle. We used to teach having it parallel to the back of the mat. We've changed that now. New technology tells us we should have it on a slight angle. This helps that same situation with our low back, getting in a twist it shouldn't be in. Front knee is bent, and we are facing sideways this time. Our torso is to the side, and we're reaching out front and back. So make sure you do have a knee bend though. I'm going to go sideways now to show you. Make sure you have this knee bend. And watch, your knee's going to want to cave. It's going to want to do one of these things where it falls in. So if that happens, just use your muscles, pull the knee back so that it's straight in line with your front toe. And you should be seeing your toes in this position, both warrior one and warrior two. Forgot to mention that last time. The toe position is very important because we don't want to be injuring our knee. If I was lunging like this, this puts a lot of stress on the meniscus in your knee joint. It's a little cushion that's in there. As a matter of fact, when I do that, I can actually feel it not feeling too good. So let's get back where we should be. We should be able to see our toes and part of our foot. Stretching forward, reaching out in two directions. And then we look over this hand. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. From here, we can drop this hand down, lift this palm up, reach up. Nothing changes below here, just this position. Exhale. Bring the elbow down, forearm to your thigh. And we're just going to reach over our head if that's available. We're going to do this. It's not, or you can just do this. Either one. Come back up to center. We're going to switch sides now. So all I'm doing is rotating around, changing my feet direction. Remember that back foot, a little bit of an angle. I don't know if you can see that here in the video. Knee is bent. The other thing I want to point out is we shouldn't be reaching for anything. We should be in the center as much as we're able to. Nice, solid lower hip joint. Breathe. Drop this hand down. This palm comes up. Have a look at your palm. Exhale. Bring your arm down to your thigh, lift your shoulder up to the sky, and either reach over your head, or you can have your hand here like this, or if that's not possible, just work on looking up at the ceiling, pushing your shoulder back. Inhale up again. Exhale, release. We're in a wide leg stance now. We're going to come into the forward fold, wide leg stance. So we're going to put our hands on our hips, take a deep inhale, exhale, push your bottom out, come forward, reach for the floor. If you can only go this far, you should have a block handy. Grab your block, use your block to help support you. Maybe this side is better for you. Maybe you could use this side. And if you can reach the floor and not bend the knees, relax here and breathe. This is a great hamstring stretch. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We've got our hands on the floor now, so we're going to come down to the ground. I'm going to drop one knee nice and gently. And then I'm going to sit back, come back into my sitting position. You might find that your sitting position now is a lot more comfortable. I'm going to switch my legs up. I'm just going to check the time. Excuse me for looking at my clock here. Oh, we're doing good. Good. We got some time to do a few leg stretches. So recently I put out a hamstring stretch video. If you have tight hamstrings, it's worth giving it a watch. There's actually 2 videos, one in a standing position and one for mostly seated. So we're going to do a few of those stretches for our hamstrings. So what I'd like you to do is, I would like you to stretch your leg out to the side. Whichever leg you want to go with first is up to you. Wow, this carpet really makes this mat creep. I'm almost like up the wall here. Okay, so we're going to head out to that corner. Try to sit facing forward, hips forward, and bring your leg out as far as you can in that direction toward the corner of your mat. So if you can only get this far today, and you're feeling a big stretch in here, then that's it for today. Don't worry about it. We all begin someplace. You should have seen where I began, and that's not it today. So here we go, over here. Now, this other leg is bent, and it's anywhere you want it to be that's comfortable for your knee joint. If you want, you can place at this point a block here, or a blanket, or a pillow, whatever you've got. If you can tuck it in, great. We're going to turn to this leg. And we're going to think about putting our belly onto our thigh. So take a deep breath in, stretching up, exhale, start to push your belly down toward your thigh. And we're going to reach for our ankle, or we're going to reach for our toes. And we're going to push the heel away from us. So even if you're only reaching here or here, push your heel away. You'll feel a stretch back in here. The looser your hamstrings are, the little harder you have to work at getting that sensation happening. But think about, I'm going to get my belly down toward my leg. I'm going to pull my toes back toward my face. And you'll feel it. You'll also feel a stretch in your calf muscle. And you'll feel a stretch in your Achilles tendon when you're doing this. So the whole leg gets a good stretch here. If you bicycle or run, this is a fantastic exercise to do both before and after your run. Let's come back up again. We're going to turn now toward the other leg, the folded knee. We're going to focus our attention on the heel of this leg. We're going to push the heel out. We're going to turn our torso so that it's over top of the folded leg. And even if you've got yours like jacked up here like this, that's okay. Take a deep inhale. Keeping both of your cheeks on the mat, we're going to bring your chest down and you're going to push your heel away from you. Don't let your hip come up. Push. Keep pushing. Now we're collapsing the muscles in here. We're tightening them up. And that will cause the hamstrings to stretch out a little bit more. And come back up. Shake out that leg. Let's switch sides. Bringing this leg out to the side, hips are forward. Bring it out as far as you can in that direction toward the corner of your mat. Keeping this leg folded, again, wherever you need to have this leg. And we're going to turn, we're going to bring our belly down. That's all we're focusing on. We're not focusing on our head going anywhere. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your belly down. And reach for the bottom of your foot if you can, or your shin, or even back here, and try to pull your chest and your tummy closer and push your heel out. All at the same time, pushing the heel out as you push your belly down. Deep breath. Inhale, slowly come back up. Now we're just turning our attention toward this leg, and we're pushing this heel out, keeping both of our bum cheeks tight on the ground. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Try to bring your belly down and push your heel away at the same time. Stretch it out. Keep focusing on pushing that heel away, stretching that leg away from you, pulling your toes toward you. And slowly come back up, shake that leg out. Shake, 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 shake. Let's put our feet together into Cobbler Pose. We're going to work on the hips a little bit. So Cobbler Pose is not butterfly. Even if you can get your heels like this, don't do it. I know you can, but don't. Instead, take your hand, put it down here. Make sure you can get your hand between your heels and your groin area. You're also going to work on opening up your feet. So this is going to help to get these ankles going. I'm going to open the feet up a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Same thing applies. We're not putting our head anywhere. We're putting our belly down between our heels and our groin area. So keep pushing your belly down. If you're way up here, you're still doing it. Just get your elbows, if you can, just on either side of those knees. You can see me, I'm wearing black, so it's kind of all blending together. And try to open up your feet. When you're pulling the feet open, you're rotating at the ankles, but you're also pulling a few little tendons that are up in here. And it's stretching those out to make your legs a little more supple so your knees will fall. Breathe, keep pushing your belly down, keep your chin up, keep yourself honest. I could do this and I could say, oh, look how close I'm getting, but I'm not really. It's all about getting the belly down there because we're moving from the hip joint. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, and slowly come back up again. Up your knees up, stretch your legs out, shake them out. We're going to come down onto the mat now, so very, very gently and slowly. And I'm going to try to creep this thing back out again. So I'm a little closer. Come down onto your mat, onto your back. And come down like this, bringing your knees with you. If you like. And when you get up here, bring your knees up and just rock on your back. Just to help flatten the back down. You can go in circles if you like. Go one way for a little while and then go the other way. And we're going to keep our knees up. We're going to stretch our arms out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop your knees over to one side. Roll up onto that hip so that your bottom is off the floor, but try to keep your shoulders touching ground. Take a deep breath into the belly. Exhale through your mouth now. And look over to the opposite hand. Keep taking those deep breaths, exhaling through the mouth. Let it out. If you're home and nobody's listening, just really moan it out. It feels so good. Let's come back up again, knees to center. Rock on your back a little bit. And when you're ready, drop your knees over to the other side, keeping the shoulders down. So if you end up way up here, because if I go further, I'm going to roll up. Just stop there. That's all you need to do. Just stop where you have to stop. Look over toward the other hand and keep breathing. Keep taking those nice deep breaths. Now you'll notice, especially this side, you'll see that my knees don't both come down together. That's okay. That's my hips. That's the way my bones in my hip joint work. So if yours are doing the same and this really bothers you, you can stuff a blanket in there. But just know that a lot of times things don't do what we want them to do because our body is just designed that way. Everybody's body is different. Take a few more breaths. Inhale the knees back up. Hug them into your chest. Roll on your back a little bit and stretch out for Shavasana. I'm going to sit up though, because I'm going to lead you in a nice little Shavasana Meditation. I want you to close your eyes when you get down there. Stretch your body out. Take up lots of space. Spread off your mat. Arms wide, legs wide. Take a lot of those deep, deep breaths and then let them go through your mouth. Each breath, let yourself feel a little more relaxed. Let yourself breathe into the deep, deep relaxed state. Let your jaw relax. Let your breath start to relax. Stop trying to focus on it so much and just let it breathe in its normal pace. Breathe. Let yourself get quiet. Let your mind relax. Imagine yourself walking through a field of wildflowers. What does it smell like? Smell the smells and sensations. Touching the flowers with your fingertips. What do you hear? Do you hear insects? Birds? The sound of the wind blowing over the grasses. The grass is so high it comes up to your hips. And the wildflowers are a riot of colors. All kinds of colors. Yellow and purple. Green, everywhere. Close your eyes, feeling the sun warming your skin. Find yourself a nice place where it feels like this is dry and good to lay down, and lie down amongst the wildflower grass. Notice what changes. Even though the sun is shining on you, do parts of you feel cooler? Parts of you warmer? Do the sounds start to soften up? Or do you hear more sound? Can you smell the smell of the flowers and the grass close to your body? Can you hear the sensation of the movement of the grass as you shuffle and move your body? And just lie here in this beautiful place, feeling the sun on your skin, the coolness of the ground beneath you, the scent of warm grass and flowers, the sound of the insects and the birds, and rest for a little while. Breathe it in. Slowly, slowly, begin to become more aware of your space. Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes, waking your body back up. Take your time. Wake your body up nice and slowly. Bring your knees up to your chest, and then stretch out into a nice full body stretch. Stretching everything, fingers, toes, and then relax it down. Bring your knees back up, hug them into you, and then when you're ready, just roll over to one side. It doesn't matter which, whatever side feels most natural for you. And when you're ready, and take your time, slowly make your way back up to a seated position. I'll give you a moment. We'll close our class today by chanting one nice, clear, and it doesn't have to be good, Om. Let's take a deep breath in. We're going to exhale, and then we'll inhale for Om. So let's inhale, exhale completely. Inhaling for Om. Om. Rub your hands together, generating all kinds of warmth in your palms. Feel that energy. This is your prana, your chi. Close your eyes. Place your palms over your closed eyes, and as you open and breathe in, sending that energy deep inside you. On your exhale, palms to ceiling, send the energy back out, but keep a little piece. Bring it back to your heart center. Namaste. Namaste, everyone that's watching. Thank you so much. This is actually my yoga anniversary. I've been doing yoga now for 8 years. Seems like I've been doing it forever, but it's actually only been 8 years since I started doing yoga. I was 57. It was actually just a couple of months before I turned 58. And I began my journey with yoga and changed the body that I had then that thought it was 78 into the body I have now. And this body doesn't think it's going to be 66 years old, that's for sure. And, you know, I want to encourage you to continue with your yoga, whether it's me or some other practice, because it will work for you. It will. Eventually and ultimately, it will change your body if you keep true to it and you keep practicing it at least 2 or 3 times a week. The more often you practice, the better and quicker things will change. So please stay with it. And I hope to see you live the next time, or live on Tuesday starting January the 12th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also too, if you would like and you feel led to, visit my website, www.northernzenyoga.com, and think about becoming a patron of yoga. You can make a donation, a one-time donation. You can make a monthly donation. It's up to you, and there's no obligation. Please think about it, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.